there, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I'm going to be taking you all through my makeup routine from start to finish, hair, a whole transformation, because I know you all have been asking me for my makeup for the longest time. But y'all, to be honest, my makeup is pretty much, I feel like I have a signature look that I do a lot, and I think it's this one that you all asked me for the most. So I'm just going to be recreating this entire makeup look while we fix up our hair. So starting off with our hair, the hair that I'm currently using is from WowAfrican, and this is the Italian Yaki Malaysian texture. I'll talk about softness. This hair is so soft, it just feels so good. It's more like a kinky kind of texture, but like a pressed, natural hair pressed kind of look, something like that. Okay, so right now I just went ahead to tint the lace a little bit using my foundation. The knots of this hair came pre-bleached, however I felt like the lace was too light for my skin tone, so I just went ahead to tint that real quick. And also it's a 360 lace wig. It's also in 18 inches and this is in 130% density. To secure this lace, I just did like a quick install. I used my got to be free spray and I just sprayed this all over like my perimeter of my head, right? Perimeter, yeah. I blow dried it and then I just went ahead to cut out the excess lace. Then the night before, I decided to add some curls to this hair. Y'all, I'm not good with curling hair at all, so this was a shockery. I don't know how this happened, but I was too excited. My curls. What? It's over. It is over. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see this? Okay, let me keep going. Let me keep. And then after I was done curling this hair the night before, I woke up the following morning and brushed out the entire curls because I felt it was a little bit frizzy. It wasn't as fresh as I wanted it to be anymore, and I changed my mind on the style that I was going for. So for this style that I'm going for right now, I'm just going to be bringing out 2 strands of hair at the front side of my head, and I went ahead to put the rest of this hair up in a high ponytail, and then I used my bobby pins to secure the back of this lace, after which I just went ahead to use my Kerake wax stick to press the rest of my hair, like in front, the ponytail areas, the sides, just so I could smoothen it down and it could be like, just like slick and nice, And then for the rest of the ponytail at the back, I just went ahead to add some curls to it. Yo, can you see my curls? Like, hey! I think the only thing I would change about this installation is the wig cap. I wish I did like a stocking cap, stocking cap method, and that way the line of my wig cap will barely show, but you guys can see the line of my wig cap a little bit. But yeah, so that's basically it for the hair. Moving on to the makeup, the fun part of this video. Y'all, I need to hook you guys up on this real quick. You see this Lano? It's so moisturizing. I used to use the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask before. I think they changed the formula and it didn't have lanolin anymore, so it was kind of like, it wasn't as good as it used to be. So I got this lanolin lip balm. Oh, this is like your best friend for winter season. Like, just keep your lips looking very juicy. Every of my friend I've introduced to this lip balm, they've loved it. Yo, okay, this is not sponsored. I'm just, hooking your friend up real quick. All right? Okay, next. Okay, moving on to my brows. I went ahead to use my Makeup Forever mattifying primer and applied some of that primer on my brows. My brows get pretty oily, so I would like to use the primer first of all, just to give it that mattifying look. Make sure that it doesn't get oily along the day. To draw my brows and shaping it up, I'm using the Benefit Cosmetics eyebrow pencil. This is in number 6. Y'all, ever since I started using this pencil, I feel like drawing my brows has become a lot easier than when I used to use the pomade. However, the pomade is way long lasting than this one. This one is not waterproof. I've tested it. And right now I'm using my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fun. I'm going to use this to highlight the bottom part of my brows and just to clean it up a little bit. This is what gives your brows that top-notch look, It makes the brows stand out, it makes it pop, it makes it just prop, like you'll be seeing the brows from kilometers. Okay, so I'm going to use that to clean up my brows and then blend it into my eyelid space, just because you want to avoid like any harsh lines. I kind of still get the hash lines sometimes, especially when I do my makeup in a hurry, but I try my best to, blend this into my eyelid space to avoid any hash lines from this entire concealer. So after blending this into my eyelid space, I went ahead to apply some extra Elegant Pro Concealer in the shade Fun right on my eyelid space. I'm also using this as an eyeshadow base to prime my eyelid and make sure that my eyeshadow is going to is going to be very pronounced and it's going to pop as well. And then after using this concealer on my eyelid space, I went ahead to use my Fenty Beauty setting powder in the shade Honey. Setting your concealer like right away helps to avoid it from creasing because you don't want it to, break apart, that type of thing. Yeah, so this just helps to make sure that your concealer is set and it's not going to crease at all. And then once I'm done setting this concealer, I just went ahead to do my eyeshadow. For my eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I'm going to be using this red shade that I always use all the time. It's in the shade Red Ochre, and I'm just going to gently apply this all over my eyelid space. I'm using this as a transition shade as well. I apply this, just make sure you're blending it evenly. Take your time, no pressure, baby. Just take your time and blendy. Okay. I'm going for like a smoky eye look, which is more like my go-to look for the most part. And then once I'm done blending in this red ochre onto my entire eyelid space, I'm going to go ahead right now using the Juvia's Place Nubian palette. And I'll be using more of a precise brush for this one because I'm going to be using this for like the corner of my eyes, like the outer corner, just right there. I'll be using this dark brownish that's almost like black. I'll be using that right there and just blend it. Just make sure that you're fixing the eyeshadow just in that corner and slowly just, blend it just like so. And then right now I'm just going to go ahead to use my NYX eyeshadow base. I'm going to use this to cut my crease. The perfect way which I've found that works for me in terms of like cutting your crease without having like, when you cut your crease sometimes you have that transfer. Yes, exactly. So what I normally do, shout out to Tony_unique, I think that's her Instagram handle. She shared this tip with me or you guys on Instagram. I think I made a poll asking about this. I don't remember, but Tony_unique, she was the babe that hooked me up with this tip, which is when you're trying to cut your crease, after you apply a little bit of the eyeshadow base, open your eyes and see where the eyeshadow base transfers to. That is where you should stop cutting your crease at. So you make sure that you cut your crease up until that level where your eyeshadow base normally transfers to. That's exactly where your crease cutting should end. And then once I'm done cutting my crease, I'm going to go ahead to use this champagne rose gold color from the Juvia's Place palette as well. The way I love this color, I can't even explain to you guys. It's a coppery shade. It's so stunning. It goes really nice with everything. It's always perfect. I just applied that right there onto my little eyelid space where I had just cut. After which I'm going ahead right now to use my Morphe black liquid eyeliner to line my eyes and give it that extra, that extra smoke. This eyeliner is also what's going to make the band of your lashes, like the little black band of the lashes that you're going to put on. This is what's also going to make it to be looking more natural, to blend in a lot more flawless. And moving on to the lashes, I'm going to be using my Duo Lash Glue. I'll put this on the band of the lashes. Lashes I'm using is G800 from AliExpress. I think I've been using the same lashes for years right now. And then while that glue is dried on the lashes, I'm going to go ahead to use my Milk Makeup Mascara and just use that for my natural lash line. Prior to going into all the foundation and all of those, I'm just going to go ahead right now to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Chestnut. This is a lot closer to my skin tone than the previous concealer that we used, and I'm just going to use this for the top part of my brows just so my brows can pop, and it's going to help to shaping up the brows as well and just make everything stand out really nice. And I'm just going to go ahead right now to blend this into my skin just so I do not get any harsh lines. So once we're done right now with all the up part of makeup, the eyes and everything, eyebrows, yes, we're moving on to our face. I'll be using the Makeup Forever Mattifying Primer. As you all know, I do have oily skin, so this does help to control the oil. And then right now I'm just going to go ahead to color correct. I'll be using the NYX orange color corrector. I'll use it for like my dark circles under eyes, like all the little dark spots I have on my face. And I'll just use this color correct just so when I put on the foundation, everything looks smooth and even and just looking my foundation. I'm using this new foundation from NARS. I think it was just released recently. My friend hooked me up with this foundation. I loved how it looked on her, so I decided to give it a shot. And the shade I'm using is Deep 4. I think this is Namibia. And I'm just going to go ahead to use my brush to blend this into my skin. Y'all, I'm not sure what I think about the foundation match, but I think it looks pretty good. You all should let me know down below in the comment section. Do you guys think this shade looks pretty fine? I don't think it's... I don't know, I feel like the undertone was a little bit off, but you all should let me know down below. I mean, I may be wrong. So y'all, lately I've been liking using a brush for my foundation because I feel like it blends it more evenly and it spreads it out a lot faster, and it's a lot, it's very quick. Okay, moving on to concealer, we're using the same concealer that I use for like the under part of my brows and my eyelid space. This is the Elegant Pro Concealer in the shade Fun. I'm going to apply this right under my eyes. I'll use that to brighten the bottom part of my eyes, and I'll be using my damp beauty blender to blend this in. I also applied some of this on my forehead, my nose, my chin, and just all the areas of your face that you want to highlight. This is where you're going to be applying this brightening concealer. And then once I was done applying this concealer and making sure that it's all blended in nicely, I just went ahead to set everything using my Fenty Beauty setting powder in the shade Honey. This is the exact same setting powder that I also use for my eyelid space. Y'all, I don't normally like to bake, so I literally just swipe this powder out right away. I find that baking just makes the powder just stay there, like it just sits there, which I'm not really a fan of. So I just literally swipe it off right away. And then once I'm done with the entire concealer, brightening, and all of those stuff, I'm going to go ahead right now to do the contour. Okay, the contour, I'm using the Fenty Beauty contour stick in the shade Espresso. I'm going to put this right under my jawline. You see, when you feel your face, like when you touch your face, like your jawline, you can feel that bone. That bone, when you just touch it, you can feel that bone. So right beneath that bone, like your jawline, is where I'm going to be applying this contour. This is going to give my face that snatched look, like and then to add that bronze, that sun-kissed look, I'll be using the Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Mocha Mami. This is the only bronzer I've tried in my entire life, and I just love it. Like, it's just always so perfect. Even sometimes when I don't really have time to do like contour and all of those stuff, I just bronze alone and it comes out looking pretty good. I love the undertone of this bronzer as well. It's like a reddish undertone. It could literally be even used as a blush, like on the days that I don't really have time to do my makeup, y'all. I don't normally do contour, I don't normally do blush. I just put on this bronzer and I'm already snatched, just like that. Since we have time, I'm doing all the processes, like everything and everything. I'm going to go ahead right now to use my ColourPop Super Shock Cheek Blush. I'm just going to apply this right on my cheek. Also for the bronzer, don't forget to bronze your forehead, your neck, all the places that you want to contour, especially our neck. You don't want to forget that part. Y'all, sometimes I forget to blend my neck, but I try my best to not forget because I do have hyperpigmentation. And once that's all done with the entire blush, I'm just going to go ahead right now to go back to the eyes. Okay, I'm going to go back to the eyes for the lower part of my eye line. What's it called? I think waterline. Yeah, this waterline part. I'm going to go back to using the same black eye pencil that I use for my tight lining. I'm just going to apply that right there. And right now, I'm just going to go ahead to use my Maria Baduschi Skincare Setting Mist. I'll use it to set my entire face. This is mainly constituted of rose water, so it's quite hydrating for your skin. So I just went ahead to spritz it all over, and my makeup is all set right now. To finish up and wrap up, sorry, just one more step, okay? To finish up and wrap up this entire process, I'm going to go ahead to use that same Modern Renaissance palette, the red ochre color, to balance that eyeshadow look and just apply some of that at the bottom part of my eyes as well. And then I'm using my mascara right now for my lower lashes. The main reason why I actually like to set my face before doing this entire part is because I would have some liquid on my face that would allow the eyeshadow for the bottom part of my eyes to be more sticky, like it will literally stick there and the pigment will be a lot more. And also because I squint my eyes when I'm spritzing the setting spray, I tend to have mascara transfer if I do my mascara before setting my face. So I like to do my mascara after I'm done setting my face so that my mascara doesn't transfer when I squint my eyes. And then also the pigmentation of my highlighter that I'm using right now is a lot more prominent because my face is a little bit damp. So basically everything just tends to adhere more. I hope that makes sense. But the highlighter that I'm using is a Fenty Beauty, okay? No other one, but the Fenty Beauty highlighter in the shade Hustler Baby. That's what I'm using. I'm also using some of that for my nose and also for my tear duct. And then for my lips, I'm going to be using the MAC Chestnut lip liner. Y'all, how am I just finding out about this lip liner recently? Apparently, this is like every black girl's favorite lip liner. And I can see where they're heading to with this lip liner. I can see it because damn, the pigment, how soft it is, how it applies, is just so nice. And then to finish up this entire look, I'm just going to go ahead to use my Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. And that's basically it for this look, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And let me know down below in the comment section what you think about this look. The hair, something a little different, alright? The hair, the makeup, everything. All the details of every single thing I use in this video is going to be down below in the description box. The hair details, the makeup, everything is going to be listed for you down below. Ready to slay, step on heads and necks. I hope you all enjoy and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Bye. Mwah.